प्रकाश कुंड की वो ज्वाला, जिसने हर एक ज्योति जगाई, उनको देखते ही सबने फिर से आत्म रोशनी पाई। उसकी वाणी सुन के बन गए उसकी वाणी सुन के बन गए तुच्छ मानव देव समान। वो था ब्रह्मा के तन में, वो था ब्रह्मा के तन में, किसी किसी ने लिया पहचान। ब्रह्मलोक का रहने वाला आया है देने को ज्ञान। शांति धाम निवासी आया सच्चा मार्ग दिखाने। शांति धाम निवासी आया सच्चा मार्ग दिखाने। जन्मों जन्मों से जलती आत्माओं की प्यास बुझाने। जिसने पाया वो बोला, जिसने पाया वो बोला, धन्य बाबा तेरा ज्ञान। वो था ब्रह्मा के तन में, वो था ब्रह्मा के तन में, किसी किसी ने लिया पहचान। ब्रह्मलोक का रहने वाला आया है देने को ज्ञान। प्रेम सागर ने फिर से आकर ऐसा प्यार लुटाया। प्रेम सागर ने फिर से आकर ऐसा प्यार लुटाया। हर मस्तक ने उनके सन्मुख अद्भुत गौरव है पाया। उसकी महिमा गाने लगे सब, उसकी महिमा गाने लगे सब। गीता बाइबल वेद कुरान, वो था ब्रह्मा के तन में, वो था ब्रह्मा के तन में, किसी किसी ने लिया पहचान। ब्रह्मलोक का रहने वाला आया है देने को ज्ञान। आया है देने को ज्ञान। आया है देने को ज्ञान।
Om Shanti. Let's begin with Shiv Baba's remembrance. I sit in the awareness of my spiritual form and spiritual essence. I am a soul. My form is that of a sparkling star. My essence is peace. My father, my teacher, my mother, my guide is Shiv Baba. I am in the canopy under the protection of my parent always. My Baba is always with me. As I get up in the morning, the first one who wishes me good morning is my Baba. The first one I remember is my Baba. All through the day, whatever I do, whether I face obstacles or I do ordinary work, I can feel the love, the warmth, the light, the guidance, the protection, the power, of my sweet Father around me. This is a beautiful life where I play my roles with human beings. In the company of the Almighty Parent. When I look into my heart, my mind, my awareness, the only one I find is my Baba. The ocean of peace. I can feel Baba's light, presence, sustenance, and power every second of the day. Just sit with this awareness for some time. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We have been discussing that Shiv Baba doesn't create the world or doesn't sustain the world. It's not on his orders that everything happens. Everything happens according to the laws of spirituality and laws of science. And today we will talk about what Shiv Baba actually does and how he does it. So we will begin this understanding of what Shiv Baba actually does and how he does it. So now first thing is Shiv Baba's introduction we had, and we understood that Baba is the ocean of purity, peace, love, joy, knowledge, power. Now, when he is the ocean of knowledge, then he must come and share the knowledge. Otherwise, how would we get the knowledge? And you see, knowledge is power. Knowledge is the source of income. And what is really lacking in our life is knowledge. And when we begin this course, so just knowing that I am a pure, peaceful, powerful, blissful being of light is so powerful, if you know who you are. It's not small, it's very powerful if you start using that knowledge. So, first thing, what knowledge does Shiv Baba have? So, Shiv Baba has the knowledge of the soul, himself, of God, and then he has the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end of this creation. So, that knowledge, just know this, that this is the knowledge that he has. And this is his primary, task, to give us knowledge. So have you heard that expression, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya? So remove me from darkness and take me to light. So, how do you go into light? How do you remove yourself from darkness? It is through knowledge. So the biggest gift that Shiv Baba gives us is knowledge. He is the only one who is the ocean of knowledge. Now let me tell you that although there are a lot of scriptures that we study in Bharat, and there are lots of sannyasis who share a lot of gyan, but you ask anybody, do you know the creator and the creation, Rachayita or Rachna ka gyan? They would say neti neti, which means we don't know. Yes, and then it is always said God knows. Yes, so whatever human beings don't know, and whatever misery we are in is because of that which we don't know. And Shiv Baba comes and puts those pieces of puzzle in place, those missing pieces, and he is the one who gives us that knowledge. Then second thing, what he does is, you see, Shiv Baba is called the father, teacher and Satguru. So all relationships with Shiv Baba, but primary relationship, parent, teacher and Satguru. Now, if he is a parent, he must make us feel secure. Yes, what do we want from parents? We want security. And in one chapter I discussed that whatever we are seeking, that relationship, whatever we are seeking in every human relationship can only be had in our relationship with Shiv Baba. So Shiv Baba is the one who gives us security of the present and the future. Yes, it is said, if you worry in front of your father, then that's an insult to your father. Yes, so when you're with your father, you never worry. But now, with physical parents, we worry. And so Shiv Baba is the parent who makes you free from worry. And then teacher, in the Gita, we listen to, God coming and talking to Arjun. And Gita is Bhagavanu Vach, which means God speaks. Bhagvanu Vach. Vach means speech. So God speaks. And what does God speak? So God speaks the knowledge, the gyan that changes you from a human to a deity. Because when you listen to the Gita, they say that if you listen to the Gita, it will make you Rajaon ka Raja, the king of kings. And who is the king of kings? The one who the king also worships, the deities, the Devi Devata. So the king will also have a temple and bow down before the deities. So God transforms us from human to deities and gives the knowledge for that. He becomes a teacher. Do you think that God will only choose one child of his and speak all his knowledge to him and to nobody else? So no, so the Gita tells us that God comes and does that, and it is at this time that Shiv Baba comes and actually speaks the whole knowledge to all his children, and he becomes the teacher. And then God is the Satguru. So why do you have a guru? So you have a guru so that they can take you to the world beyond, You want to go to Mukti. That's why you have a guru. Now, God is the one who takes you from this world of sorrow to a world of happiness. And a practical world of happiness, not just, in the mind you think you are in a happy world. Not like that. Into a world of happiness practically. So these are the things that God does. And then you see God is called the purifier. And how does, so God has this quality, Shiv Baba has this quality that just like you put a rusted iron in kerosene, then the rust will get removed because that's the quality of that oil. Similarly, you connect your Buddhi Yoga to Shiv Baba, the dirt inside you will get clean. That's his quality. He's called the purifier. So I'll just share a picture of the attributes of Shiv Baba, and I will just read this out. It's not something we will understand totally right now, but I'll just read all the 32 attributes of Shiv Baba because it's important to know these attributes, and then how these attributes come into function, we will understand that. So first thing is self-luminous point of light, knows the depth of karma philosophy. So Shiv Baba is the one, so he's a self-luminous point of light, that we understand, right? He doesn't have to shine through anybody else's light. Or his light is his, knowledge, purity, peace. He has his own light. Our light gets dim, so we have to be lit up by Shiv Baba, but Shiv Baba is always the Jagti Jyot. Have you seen that in the temple of Shiva, you have Akhand Jagti Jyot, which the Jyoti which never extinguishes. So in Vishwanath temple, that light, that light never goes out because that is the symbol of God. So God is symbolized by that Jyoti, and that Jyoti is always, ignited. That Jyoti never goes out. So that is God. And what is the light? The light is the 7 qualities. Knows the depth of karma philosophy. Now you see, the interesting thing is, everybody is suffering. And yesterday I told you there cannot be smoke without fire. So there cannot be suffering without bad karma, correct? But you ask anybody who is suffering, have you done something to deserve this? Mostly they would say no. Yes, they say that, I haven't done anything and I'm just suffering just like that, and I don't know what problem God has with me and why is He making me suffer. So, God is the one who tells you the depth of karma philosophy, because we do many things which we don't know is negative karma. Yes, did you know that creating thoughts of fear and worry is negative karma? No, we worry all the time, and especially if you are a mother, then your dharma is to worry, right? If you don't worry, you're a bad mother. That's how we are taught. Or you're a father and you have to always keep worrying about money, because if you don't worry, that's wrong. If you're a boss, you have to worry about the office. And if you are chill and you don't worry, then people don't like you because they think that you are too relaxed for your role. so but that is bad karma, and Shiv Baba tells us that, because you see, when you worry, you are just thinking about all the bad things that can happen, and then you're bringing them about. So you're giving power to all the wrong that can happen. So this is just one example. So Shiv Baba tells us the depth of karma philosophy. Which karma creates sin, which karma creates punya, all of that Shiv Baba tells us. Creator of Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. So this we will understand in the next chapter. Transform stone intellect into golden intellect. Now what is stone intellect? Stone intellect is when you are in material consciousness. So everybody in the world is material conscious. That is called stone intellect. And golden intellect means you are not material conscious, you are soul conscious, supreme soul conscious. So when you look at somebody, you don't see which car they are coming in, what dress they are wearing, what language they speak, or how they conduct themselves, but you see the soul. That is called divine intellect or golden intellect. Okay, so the intellect sees, the intellect focuses. So how you see, how you perceive, how you focus changes when you get knowledge, and you start seeing the diamond inside that cover. So this is what Shiv Baba does, because when you get knowledge, then your stone intellect changes into golden intellect. Bestower of divine insight. Now you see, what is divine insight? I told you that day that there are some things you see and understand, and there are others which you understand and see. So what is divine insight? You receive the understanding of that which you cannot see, and then when you understand it, you can see it through your intellect. That is divine insight. So it is divine insight that makes you see the soul and Shiv Baba. So when you know God is around you, you can feel His presence. When you know you are loved and cared for, when you know you matter to God, you can feel that He loves you, He cares for you. When you know you are a soul, you can experience yourself. So this is divine insight. Then residence of incorporeal region. So a resident of incorporeal region. So you see, Shiv Baba lives where? We discussed that in the soul world. Yes, in the world of golden red light, where there is all silence and purity. That is the residence of Shiv Baba. He is the bestower of joy, ocean of love, ocean of wisdom, liberates from all vices. Now you see, there are 5 primary vices: lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. Okay. Now what are vices? So just like you see, when there is the absence of light, then darkness comes in. Can you create a bulb for darkness? Can you create a tube light for darkness? No. Darkness is the absence of light. Darkness is not something in itself. Similarly, vices are the absence of virtues. Okay? So, when do you have lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed? When you don't have knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss and power. So, this is how vices come into existence. So, as the soul depletes when it takes birth after birth, it loses its virtues and then the vices creep in. And then how does God liberate us from the vices? So, Baba is the ocean of love, peace, joy, purity. And when you have yoga with Shiv Baba, then the law of yoga says that you become like the one you have yoga with. Or you could say this very simply, company colors. Yes, and company is always here. Yes, you may be with somebody physically, but then you are in company of them if they are here, sitting in your awareness. Right, and whoever you keep company with, whoever you think about, that is the one you are having yoga with. Yoga is nothing, it's just when you're thinking about somebody or paying attention to somebody, seeing somebody in your awareness. That's yoga. So, company colors, you become like the one you have yoga with. You draw the qualities or the negatives of the one you have yoga with. Yes, you think about an orange, you can feel the sweetness. You think about a lemon, you can feel the sourness, can't you? So whatever you think about, you have yoga with, and that colors you, that has an effect on you. So when I have yoga with Shiv Baba, who is the ocean of virtues and knowledge and power, then I draw in that virtues and knowledge and power. And then as I draw in all of that, the other stuff, the vices, they go out. Because darkness is removed when you switch on the light bulb. Okay, so this is how God liberates you from vices. Immune to happiness and sorrow. Yes, God is neither happy nor sorrowful. Do you know that there are pairs of opposites? Happiness, sorrow, birth, death, fame, defamation, loss, gain, success, failure, right? And when you are caught in one, you will be caught in the other. Yes, people don't want to experience sorrow, but if you are caught in happiness, you will be caught in sorrow. Because these two pairs of opposites are like seesaw, you know. Once one will go up, another time another one will go up. So if something gives you happiness today, it will give you sorrow tomorrow. But if you are beyond this happiness and sorrow, then you can always be in Anand. Do you know there is no opposite of Anand or bliss? Because that is a state where there is no happiness, no sorrow. And Anand is an internal state. So God is always in that state, immune to happiness and sorrow. Then the truth, living and blissful being. So God is the truth because He tells you the truth. There is nobody else who tells you the truth. Everybody tells you how things are today, but how they were originally, nobody can tell you. And you know, truth is eternal. So Shiv Baba tells us about everything eternal. There are three things that are eternal in this world: the soul, God, and the design of the universe. And God tells us about these truths. He is a living and blissful being, right? then knower of the beginning, middle and end of the cosmic drama. So this we will understand. What is the beginning, middle and end of the cosmic drama, and what does Shiv Baba tell us about that? Then remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. Now first you go beyond happiness and sorrow, and then you attract happiness. So when you're caught up in happiness and sorrow, you cannot attract happiness. But when you go beyond that, when you understand you are a soul, you are like Shiv Baba, you are also beyond happiness and sorrow. Happiness or bliss is your original quality. Then you understand that then you can shift from sorrow to happiness. Then seed of the human world tree. This also we will understand in future chapters, where we will understand the human world tree. Then we will understand Shiv Baba is the seed. The sermonizer of Gita. So Shiv Baba is the one who speaks the Gita to every Arjun. So you know what, this word Arjun is very interesting, because it means the one who does the Arjan. Arjan means acquires. So anybody who understands what God says is Arjun. So Shiv Baba speaks the Gita, through which we become human, change from human to deities, and he does this for every soul, every child of his. So we will understand that he actually comes and speaks the Gita to us. And then bestower of divine intellect, sustains the deity world through Vishnu. These we will understand. So Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, what are the functions of Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, how Shiv Baba creates through Brahma, sustains through Vishnu, and what does he create and sustain, we will understand. Re-establishes golden age world through Brahma. So what does he create through Brahma? So earlier we thought that Shiv Baba creates the world or the universe or existence. But now we understand that the world is never created, never destroyed. And the world moves in a cycle or a circle. And when the world reaches its worst, then Shiv Baba comes and creates the golden aged or the best world out of this worst world. So you know, he creates new from the old. That is his quality. Supreme Father, Teacher and Satguru liberates from fear of death. How does one get liberated from fear of death? By knowing that you are a soul and you are eternal, you are deathless. Yes, now you have come to know that you are a soul and you are deathless. Are you free from the fear of death? Yes, if you practice this, you will be free from the fear of death. Because when you know you are a soul and you will only leave the body, but you will never die, then you can be free from the fear of death. Immune to birth and death. So Shiv Baba doesn't take birth and death. That is the only reason why Shiv Baba never depletes. If he also came in the cycle of birth and death, he would also lose his quality. Ocean of purity, ocean of peace, bestower of bliss, benefactor of universe, Kalyankari. I told you, Shiva means Kalyankari and Shiv Baba is the benefactor or Kalyankari. The image of immortality, which means never dies. So the soul also never dies. Shiv Baba never faces death or birth. The soul comes into the cycle of birth and death, takes a body, leaves a body. The soul as it is deathless, but Shiv Baba never comes into the cycle of birth and death also. Bestower of liberation and liberation, life with liberation. This we will understand. So you see, people think that we must go to the soul world and just live there, get liberated, never come into this cycle of birth and death. But Shiv Baba says, no, I will take you back home, I will take you to liberation, to your home, but then I will send you back to a life with liberation. So I will not free you from the cycle of birth and death, because I gave you that example that day. If you have a bag of seeds and you never use it, then that bag of seeds is as good as mud. Yes, so the soul is worthless if it doesn't come and play its part here, play its role here. So Shiv Baba says, I take you home, but then I also give you this life, send you to this world where there is life and no sorrow, where there is only happiness. It is called the world of happiness or golden age. And that is why Shiv Baba is called the bestower of liberation and life with liberation. Then transforms ordinary human beings into Sri Narayan. So I told you that Gita Gyan is about making us Rajaon ka Raja, which means making us into a deity, human to a deity. Have you heard that, when we have Satya Narayan Katha in India, we say that anybody who listens to this Katha will change from a human to Narayan. Have you heard that, right? So, Nar Narayan ban jayenge. That is why the Katha is told. Now, we have to understand that nobody becomes a Narayan by listening to that Katha. But then, if that Katha is there, there must be somebody, something that we listen and then change from Nar to Narayan, or human being to Narayan. So, Shiv Baba is the one who comes and gives that knowledge. And when we work on that knowledge, we transform from human being to Sri Narayan. Then destroyer destroys the vicious world through Shankar. So we will understand the acts of God, Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar. Today we'll begin that today, and tomorrow we'll understand. Takes the boat of life across. So where do you want to go across? To the soul world and to the world of happiness. So Shiv Baba takes us there. And source of all virtues. So this is the 32 qualities of Shiv Baba, attributes of Shiv Baba, and this is who he is actually, and this is what he does. Some aspects of it tell you what he does also. So this is the Mahima, or this is the introduction of God, Paramatma, Shiv Baba. Okay. Now, how does he do it? So we will understand that also. We will begin that today and then continue tomorrow. So this is the picture of God's task. Okay. And you can see Supreme Soul, Trimurti, God Shiva, and his 3 divine acts. So primarily 3 things. This is Shiv Baba, the one at the top, the dot in the red circle, and then showering his light. This is Shiv Baba, Supreme Soul, God Shiva. And then there are 3 entities below that. Creation of righteous world through Brahma, sustenance of righteous world through Vishnu, and destruction of all old vicious world through Shankar. So before we understand this, I would like to share one thing with you. You see, God is called Akarta Abhokta. Do you know this? Means he doesn't do anything and he doesn't receive the fruit of anything. Okay. And then God is also called Karan Karavanhar, which means he makes you do everything. Okay. So we will understand here that Shiv Baba, how does he perform his acts? He doesn't do it directly. He performs it through Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. Okay, he is the supreme soul, the ocean of knowledge, the remover of sorrow, the creator of golden age, the parent teacher Satguru. But how does he perform his act? Through Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar. Now, first we will understand that Brahma is when we, so if you are, used to the scriptures in India, then you know that in Bharat we say that Brahma creates the world. Yes, Brahma is the creator. Now we have understood that the world is never created, never destroyed. It only changes from one form to another. And Shiv Baba creates through Brahma, which means, what does Shiv Baba create? Shiv Baba creates a new world out of this old world. Now let me give you an example. So when you see an artist, a painter, a gardener, they are called creators, right? They are creative people. Now, do they create out of nothing? No, they create out of something. So, the artist will rearrange colors on the canvas, or the gardener will just rearrange the seeds in the soil and then create a garden. So, Shiv Baba also doesn't create everything from nothing. Shiv Baba creates a new world out of an old world. Now, do you think that it is okay to say that this is an old world? Yes, everything is old here. What is the sign of old? No guarantee, no warranty. Yes, this world is pretty old now, right? So, no guarantee. When something is old, yesterday somebody was telling me I have an old washing machine and it's been working well for 15 years, but then any moment it can stop working. And there is too much uncertainty. And you see, this world is old, and that is why everything here is so uncertain. There is no certainty of life and death. There is no certainty of relationships, no certainty of health or wealth. This is an old world. And then Shiv Baba creates a new world out of this old world. Now, what is the new world like? So, just think about, if you had the opportunity and the option to go to a new world, what kind of world would you like? Just write in the chat box, and I would like to know what are your thoughts about what kind of world you would like to go into. So if you had this option that somebody told you, I'm going to create the world you want, then what would you want in that world? Yes, so peace, correct. What else? Full peace, loveful, peaceful world. Yes. Honesty, healthy, happy, very nice. What else? Health, right? So you need health. Nobody's writing wealth. You don't want wealth? Huh? Nobody wants wealth. World free from pollution, right? Very nice. So the Prakriti should be clean. So nature should be clean. Water should be clean. No water pollution, no air pollution, no dust pollution. You want that kind of world. Then what else do you want? Health, wealth, happiness. Yes, everybody wants wealth also. How can you miss that out? Wealth you want, health you want, happiness you want, harmony you want, good relationships you want the nature to be perfect, you want free from pollution, natural resources should be, full, reserves full should be there. Yes, not like, there is less reserve of coal and there is less reserve of this fuel and that fuel. Now the reserves are all declining. So Exactly this kind of world God creates out of this old world, where there is health, wealth, happiness, harmony, security, no untimely death, and the five elements of nature are absolutely pure and they serve the human beings. They don't cause distress to human beings. These days, nature is not cooperating with us. Nature is working against us. Why? Because we have given it a lot of sorrow, right? Why do you think there is so much environmental problem today? It is for one simple reason: overconsumption of humans. Yes, because human beings want to exploit everything and just overconsume. So, this overconsumption is the reason why we have environmental problems, and that is why nature is now giving it back to us and causing trouble to us, because we have exploited it out of our greed. We have not struck a balance. Now, Shiv Baba creates this new world where there is health, wealth, happiness, harmony, perfect nature, full natural reserves, gold, diamonds in abundance. Everything is there in that new world. And that new world is precisely called a world where there is nothing unattained. Yes. So now, if I give you the option, do you want to go back to the soul world and just sit there like a dead being? Or do you want to, after going back, you want to come to this world and enjoy all the happiness? So, which one would you choose? The first or the second? Go back to soul world, never come back, or come to this world of happiness? How many of you would choose the second one? Please raise your hand. Yes, second, okay. Everybody is saying the second one, right? Now, so you must understand that our problem is not life. We don't want liberation from life. We want liberation from sorrow. Our problem is sorrow. We want dukh se mukti. We don't want jivan se mukti. Yes, so Shiv Baba comes and gives us that liberation in life, which means you are in life but liberated from sorrow. Okay, and he does it through an instrument, and tomorrow we will understand the exact process through which he comes, how he creates a new world, what is the basis, why is this world the way it is. Achha, let's just think about it. Why do you think that the world is how it is right now? Is it because of somebody else? No, it is because of our own actions. So there is something called collective consciousness. Yes, and collective consciousness is responsible for the state of the world as it exists right now. So individual consciousness, the way you think, see, talk, act, that is what creates, what is the sign of your individual consciousness, and this put together as a summation for the whole world, that is collective consciousness, and that consciousness is responsible for the state of the world right now. And then how does God create the new world? By changing individual consciousness and thereby changing collective consciousness, then the world changes. So there are three words. There is sanskar, sanskriti and sansar. So when a human being changes his sanskar, then the sanskriti or culture around that person changes, and then slowly when we create these small groups wherein we are creating cultures, a different culture by changing our sanskars, then together we will be able to change the world or sansar. So this is why the motto of Brahma Kumaris is changing the world by changing ourselves. And Shiv Baba teaches us how to change ourselves. And when one individual changes, he brings about a big change in the whole world. And not just through what they do or who they interact with or share knowledge with, but as a vibrational force also, you're shifting everything around. And it is said in science that when you lift one finger, you move the stars also. So that much effect individual action has on the universe. So Shiv Baba changes the old world into new by introducing new knowledge, shifting old consciousness into new consciousness, and thereby creates a new world. And he does it through Brahma. How does he do it through Brahma? Who is Brahma? We will understand tomorrow. Okay? There is one question. I will take that and then we will have meditation. So the question is, my sister-in-law criticizes everything I do. So even if I buy a dress or choose something, then she always criticizes. So how do I not get affected by her criticism? So there is one very simple law. The law says don't take criticism from those who you don't take opinion from. Don't take advice from. So do you go to your sister-in-law for advice when you buy a dress? When you do anything, make choices, do you go to your sister-in-law for advice? No, because you think she is not capable of giving you good advice. Then why do you take her criticism? If you really thought that she is so wise and profound and capable of giving you advice, then you would have taken her advice, right? But when you think she is not eligible for that, then when she shares her opinion and criticizes you, why do you take it personally? When you don't value her enough to take advice from her, why do you value her enough to take her criticism personally? Okay, so never take criticism from those who you don't take advice from. And then you should understand that this is just something that you are taking seriously and you need to stop doing that. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, they will give it, but you don't have to feel anything about it. Don't take it personally. Okay, Om Shanti. Let's sit in Shiv Baba's remembrance for some time. I, the soul, belong to my Supreme Parent, my Baba. My Baba is the ocean of peace. And I am always surrounded by the ocean of peace. I can feel the warm embrace of the ocean of peace himself around me all the time. just like the skin feels the heat or cold outside. My heart feels the peace of my Baba all the time. I am in your company, under your canopy, all through the day, my sweet Baba. And as I sit in your company, I am myself becoming peaceful. My original quality of peace is now my natural quality all the time. I think in peace. I see peacefully. Talk peacefully. Listen peacefully. And respond peacefully in every situation. Just sit with these thoughts for some time.
बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे हो, बाबा तुम कितने प्यारे हो। सच कहते हैं हम एक तुम ही अपनी आँखियों के तारे हो। बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे हो, बाबा तुम कितने प्यारे हो। सच कहते हैं हम एक तुम ही अपनी आँखियों के तारे हो। बाबा तुम कितने अच्छे हो। सच के